Welcome back, everybody. This is M-Dog. We are here at Kuori Lake, fishing off the island here. This is going to be one more video at Old Kuori Lake. It is possible that we're going to see, in just a few hours here, the introduction of new Kuori Lake. And if that's the case, which we don't know that for sure, but there's going to be a server reset with an update to the client. So everything points to that fact. And if that is the case, then I figured, hey, let's get one more video at Kuori Lake. I looked over at the VK site and it looked like some trophy rough were coming out. And I figured, hey, let's just, that's a bream. Let's just see what we can catch here just for fun. For a few minutes at Old Kuori Lake. Certainly have a lot of good memories. One of my favorite places to fish and a really important body of water in terms of the process of leveling up. And there's a little burbot as well. Man, we're just catching a little bit of everything here. Going out in style. Kuori is so important in terms of the fun that you can have when you hit a certain level. You kind of getting through what feels like the early game, kind of hitting mid-game, expanding the types of fishing you're doing, especially if you start off like many of us do with focusing primarily on bottom fishing. All of a sudden you hit Kuori and you can start doing trolling and catching burbot, really being able to target burbot, where at the water bodies before Kuori, it's fairly unusual to be able to successfully target burbot. It's more of like an every once in a while thing. And you can still do all the other types of fishing at Kuori that you've been doing. There's a lot of good bottom fishing spots, a lot of lots of places where you can occasionally hit some good crucian gibbles, roach, even some common carp and everything. But the real fun at Kuori, honestly, is when you first are able to get some spin fishing setups that can handle it, going around and learning how to troll. So let's see what a weekly lure is here at Kuori. I thought we would try casting a couple times from here. This isn't going to be a long video. I just thought, I mean, goodness, I just have so many good memories here. I thought, let's do the hunter one. That sounds like a good idea. Let's just do a little fishing here before Kuori Lake becomes something different. Hopefully something great. Hopefully we love it. But, you know, just in case, let's... do you think I'm gonna get spooled here? Should we just play it safe and not? I mean, normally when you catch a big lake trout or something, you've got the ability to chase it down. So maybe we should play it a little bit safe. This is 23 kilos. That gives us a little bit more to play with. And let's see, what size hook do we have on here? Treble one, large one. Yeah, let's try to have a good bite rate. All right, so let's go ahead and attach that to Ultima. It's not that one. Sorry, it's been a while. It's going to be this one. All right, we'll do that there. Let's see what's on this one. So, by the way, we are catching rough. If for some reason you don't have your trophy rough, this spot would be a place to get it. Obviously, the rough are very active here. Look, we even caught a white bream. I'm telling you guys, Kuori is just giving right now. Do we not put this one back in? Yeah, I guess we don't. But to catch the trophy rough, you know, smallish hook, red worm, that's kind of what we're using right now. We are casting at a 20-meter clip. The info is also on VK, but we're just casting here just left of north. There's another rough. They're definitely in the water here. But yeah, just kind of over here, casting in this direction, 20 meters. We've got our little pickers on. We've got our little pickers out. And yeah, it's been good. They're here. It's fun to catch a few rough. Mostly I just wanted to... That's another white bream. I love it. I love seeing those white bream come in as an off catch while going for rough. That's pretty fun. Mostly I just wanted to cast, just wanted to do a little fishing here before it's all gone. I don't really know where I want to cast this at. You know, I'm not sure we're going to be able to catch anything casting from here, but we're going to give it the old college try. Let's cast it out there a bit so we can let that thing settle, and then we'll bring it back in just a minute. So yeah, caught some rough. All actually, except for that first one, all markers. If you need a reminder, the rough bait fish size is 40 to 80 grams, so that's what you want in terms of that. All right, let's see. All right, let's see if we can get a little fish action. Not a spot I typically cast from, and we are changing elevations down there on the bottom, so getting the jig step reliably may be a little bit challenging. Oh, there we go. So we got a little something. I did cast it a long way. Other thing we could do, we may go cast this over in the deeper hole behind us. Again, just see if anything's biting. Looks like we got a little burbot. No, that's a char, isn't it? Sorry. I saw the dark for a minute. It's a nice little char. All right, let's see what we've got going here. As the rough keep biting. So with the update, again, in just a few hours. Ooh, that's a nice one. 120 gram right there. We are, what? Let's see. It's 9:15 Eastern. We're about a little over 4.5 hours from server reset and also fish migration. So it will be a full migration of fish, which means spots are liable to change quite dramatically. All right, let's see if we can get, I don't know, which way do we want to cast? Let's cast this way. We kind of want to run it into the hole as long as we can. We're going to have to cast real far to get over there, though. It's almost too far. Let's check on our other lines while we're doing this. Looks like we do have a fish on. So I will go grab that in just a second. Just updating something for work real quick. All right, we'll grab let's just make sure we don't have anything on here. We don't. So let's grab our rough and cast it back out again. Yep, there's another one. Yeah, these are some healthy rough coming out. Not using ground bait. Just red worm and go. Size 20 hooks. I did have my third line. I did have a size 13 hook, you know, and that's the one that I was catching caught the bream and the burbot on. But if you do catch a rough on that size hook, maybe increase your chances a little bit that it's a trophy. All right, let's get this thing going here. We almost want to let it wait and fall all the way down once we get into the deeper part, and then we want to sort of jig step it up if we can. Not sure how active the deeper hole has been. Last time I was trolling, we weren't catching a whole lot back here. It was more to the western side of the island. There's our jig step finally. Oh, there we go. Well, we did get something. So we probably just need to cast a lot closer to where we are. Just get it down in that hole and then just immediately jig step it up. We got a little something here. It's kind of nice, kind of cool. Yeah, another char. Char like that that jig step. They like that. All right, we'll put that down right there. They like that jigging a hunter lure, especially here in the morning. That always tends to get the char fired up. I believe we've got a couple more rough on again. So we'll just do this for a couple more minutes while the getting's good still. I thought about trolling, but I figure once a new Kuori's out, we'll want to spend a little bit of time trolling and discovering the new a little white bream, discovering the new version of Kuori, see how those brown and rainbow trout are doing, if we can find them. So I thought, you know what? Let's catch a few rough and just do a little casting from the island and call it a day. There we go. See, we're getting quick bites. I mean, you kind of forget that even if this doesn't show up as a hot spot on VK, I mean, in the morning especially. So like, let's say you wanted to fish for oh, we don't want that to go full 50. Let's say you wanted to fish for rough like we're doing here overnight, or even burbot overnight. A lot of times that's a good move. Once it's daytime, you know, especially morning, if you're keeping your lines in, trying to catch a couple burbot, just get your spinning rod out, or your casting rod like we're doing here. It's just fun. You never know what you're going to get. You just got to make sure you got enough strength where you can get it in. Obviously, if you've got lower leveled fishing gear, you may want to do it from the boat so that you can chase that fish down. Even with this, you know, only using 23.1 or whatever we have, fluorocarbon leader, if we hit a really big fish, it's going to be interesting. I don't think we would get spooled because of how much line we have on the reel, and it's not that big of a place. Hopefully we'd be able to get ahead of it a little bit and make it work, but you never know. Once it gets a little later in the morning, probably want to switch lures. Maybe go to a different colored hunter lure or one of the other lures. All right, let's check our roughs. I think we do have a little rough on. Maybe it's still biting, or maybe I'm just imagining. All right, let's cast out this way. Sometimes out here works pretty well also for spin fishing. So let's kind of see how that's looking. All right, we'll go to let's see if we can do a more traditional jig step here. Probably a little easier to maintain jig step this way. If there's any active fish over here, this ought to get them though. So we cast this way. You see we're hitting an elevation change here, and also the jig step's kind of resetting or whatever. Might be hard to get it back going. We might get it going one time once it's settled at the right depth. There we go. But you'll catch fish even in those moments when you don't have jig step active. Obviously you want to get it going as much as you can. I think that you increase the chance of getting a fish to spawn in and come hit your line when you do. Ooh, this is a decent one. This is the largest fish we've had so far. Let's see if we can, let's get this fish in. Couldn't tell if it was going to fight or not, but I don't think so. I believe this is the biggest one we've had yet, and that's a Kuori char too. I love it. Kuori Lake. Man, it's like Kuori Lake wanted to have a nice experience with us here before it goes away. Now again, I could be wrong. New Kuori Lake might not be coming out tonight, but it'd be a pretty odd coincidence, right? That we had the preview trailer. Normally the update does come fairly quickly after the preview video, and then all of a sudden we're having this, you know, extended downtime, 4 hours of downtime, server update, all that. So I could be wrong, but I'm feeling the distinct possibility that Kuori Lake will never be the same after tonight. If it's not the case, though, this still would likely be the last video I do here, because it will be soon. The new one will be soon. So I really didn't mean to cast that far. Let's reel this in just a little bit so we don't have as far to bring it in. We caught that Kuori char much closer to us. All right, let's let that settle for a minute. We'll give this one more try. Yeah, if you look at size, that's our largest fish yet. Nice fat Kuori char. We had a pretty nice, decent regular char as well. So it has been pretty fun out here. I thought we were just going to be seeing a few rough in our goodbye to Kuori video, but we've actually seen a little bit of almost everything. There's our jig step. We got it going across the bottom, pulling it up a little bit, and then jigging it back down, up and down. And last time, that's what talked that Kuori char into latching on. All right. Let's check our rough here. It's getting a little late in the morning, right? Getting a little late in the morning for the rough. They're going to get smaller and smaller and eventually probably take a break and not bite at all. In fact, that's a white bream. Oh, there is one. Small guy. Little small fry here. It is a rough. All right, let's see. What are the savans like in this week? It's not really savan time. They seem to come in the early and late. Oh yeah, we could switch to the Hunter 1, or we could try the Dodger. I don't know if we can do anything with the Dodger from the island like this, but let's just see. Let's see, it would be this one, right? Just see what happens here. Probably ought to go to the Hunter 1. Let me try casting this a little farther. They just don't go as far. Those Hunters, the spoons, they weigh so much, they tend to go farther. We'll do a little twitching. I'm just not feeling it with the wobbler right now, casting from shore. All right, let's try one more. Let's try one more little. Uh-oh. Where are they? It's probably on something else. My hunter. My hunter one is probably already on one of our lines. All right, let's just do this. Let that hit the bottom, and then we'll just pull it back in, see how it goes, and then we'll go sell our fish and say goodbye to Kuori. All right, one fish to grow on here. Something small. A little Ventus or something? What happened? No, it's just a little fella though. A little lake trout. Well, if this is a rough, it's a nice one. It's probably not a rough though. A roach? Is it roach o'clock? Might be roach o'clock. Kuori Lake. Hey, this has been happening lately. I wonder if this will be fixed in New Kuori. Has this been happening to anybody else? I haven't been able to get off the end of the dock recently. It's kind of weird. Oh, really? A rough order? I'll take a rough order. A well-timed rough order. And that bream order would be pretty reasonable too. And if you're trolling, I love that lake trout order. All right. So 97 silver, made about 125, 130 silver, and very little time. That's why Kuori is one of the best, especially for what level it is. All right. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for helping me say goodbye to Kuori Lake. I've had a lot of great times at Kuori, so looking forward to seeing what Kuori becomes in the probably very likely near future. So tight lines, and I'll see you at New Kuori. Peace out.